And I will say that most of you have been pretty amazing all day about instructions. So follow with me closely. Whoops, there goes my instructions. Follow with me closely. That is the team,
use both.
That is the team order. So the first team is Nourish Link. Where are you, Nourish Link? Nourish Link is going to come up here. If you're on this side, you're going to go here. If you're on that side, you're going to go there. Got it? We're not going to cross above the screen for anyone. So line up, off, center. Quiet, please. Hey. Line up on the side that your table is. We'll come over and do the link. I'll come over and do the link. No, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
Yulia will do the link. And then you will begin. The next team should be on deck, but off to the side. Okay? Does that make sense? You know you have 4 minutes to present. You will get 1 judge's question. Now let's talk about the judges. You have some special judges. The first judge, who knows it all, has seen it all, is Yulia! Woo! The second judge! The second judge is ID. Woo! Judging uniforms. And, I can leave on my judge.
Judge number 3 is
Becky! Now, Becky, many of you did not get to know her as a mentor because she's a judge. And if you figured it out, you can't be a mentor. You can't be a mentor and a judge. You could be a leader and a judge. You could be a helpful person and a judge, but not a mentor and a judge. That would be what? Unethical, right? Because you would have an advantage. Becky is an environmental educator who works for the Carey Institute. So she practices what she preaches. Let's hear it for Becky! Woo! Okay, we forgot about timer.
Who is taking care of time? We need timekeeper.
Timekeeper.
Okay.
So could you put up a 30-second sign? We'll give you get a 30-second sign. So 30 seconds to the end of your presentation, you're going to get waving at you. If you want anything more than that, work it out among yourselves. Did you hear that? We will hold up a sign 30 seconds and stop. If you want anything more than that, have your teammates do it for you. Okay?
30 seconds. Elizabeth is in charge for 30 seconds.
But I need a sign that you can hold. What are you going to hold up? 4 minutes. So 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And they're going to look at, where are you going to stand? Right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, any questions before we start this? Wait, hold on, Julia, you hold this. I want to go to the next slide. Just so you know. Oh, where's my slide? Oh, jeez. I don't know how to get to the next slide. There are prizes. Julia's going to do it. I might have put it on the wrong thing. It's stuck. There is 1 first place prize, 1 first place prize, 2 second place prizes, 3 third place prizes, and there are many special prizes to be revealed. But there is one thing we hope you all really learned today. What do we hope you all really learned today about prizes and winning and doing? What?
It's not about the prizes.
Woo! Give the man a slice of pizza. It is not about the prizes. Because, as I quote from one of my favorite movies, Cool Runnings, if you're not enough with the gold medal, you'll never be enough without it. Well, the other way around, but you get what I'm saying. If you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it. Okay, I got it. We're going to go. All right, the first team, we have to get them loaded up. I put it on the next tab. We are introducing Nourish Link. Woo! give her a little power. She's crazy.
Where is Nourish Team?
Right here. Are you running the deck?
I'll run the deck.
Okay, great.
Nourishment, right? Food for all, waste for none. Here's our app, and here's our logo. Kind of represent that.
Our mission at NourishLink is to bridge the gap between excess food and hunger by connecting food retailers with excess food to people in need. We connect food retailers with surplus inventory to individuals in need, fostering a sustainable and compassionate ecosystem. Together, we nourish lives, reduce food waste, and build stronger communities.
The problems we address are 40% of all food produced in the United States is wasted every year. That equates to approximately 60 million tons of food waste. If only 15% of that food waste is donated to food banks, we could cut the amount of food insecure people in half.
Alright, so how it works. Users in need of food go through a qualification process, which factors in your financial status, need, dependency status, and local cost of living. And here's a graph kind of depicting that.
I need a magic marker. A big Sharpie.
The solution, NourishLink. Our app connects food insecure adults and children with food banks and food reserves to get them the food they need.
And then I'm going to show you how the UI works. So this is how our data and info is sorted. We have our user info that's shared with the UI of the user, and then the food pantry, so it can know who's getting what. And then the UI, the user info is also shared with the order info and the product inventory, so they know what's getting taken and who's taking it. And then the food donor or whatever only sees the inventory and the product, so they don't get any data leaks or anything like that. Yeah. And this is the UI that we decided on. It's an email password type thing, and then you have to show why you are in need of food. So tax bracket, stuff like that. You can show that you are in poverty or in need of that kind of food. And then here is showing limitations of how much food you can get, so you can't just take it all. And then just a simple scroll down method. And then this is for the supplier, whatever, wherever they're getting the food, just to maybe scan a barcode when they get a shipment of food that's about to go bad or excess food, so it can automatically add into the UI that the users see. And that's it.
Woo!
Good job! Good job!
What was their time? What was their time?
You're 42 seconds.
What?
You remember what the next team is?
No, questions, judges' questions.
Next team is to be prepared.
Oh, she's right. Okay, judges' questions. You want to ask the first question, Yulia?
How was your experience working in a team?
It's great. I love these guys. We're like a family.
Strangers?
I think it was great. Yeah, we all came into it kind of knowing a little bit about each other. We did some icebreakers. We've been working together at NFA as classmates, and I think that this experience really brought us closer together and let us know more about each other and how to develop an app and a good UI process.
Too bad you did not adopt any strangers from the crowd. Okay. But it counts. Thank you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very strong start. They did not go over their time. They worked as a team. Very well done. We have fast food next. I put it up. I already put it up. What? I stop you. Fast food next, and Learn Anywhere is on deck. Learn Anywhere is on deck, and fast food is next. Remember to look at your timer. Where are you? Fast food. And there was a technical difficulty. Their deck is working, their link isn't, and guess what? Their link isn't working. Their deck is. That's the way they're going forward. Before every team presents, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, present! All right? We're going to give them that. Oh, go out and get it. Ready? So now we have your name is?
My name is Ismaria.
No, your team.
Oh, my team?
Nourish.
Fast food.
Fast food?
Fast food, yeah.
Fast food. Ready? 1, 2, 3, present!
Okay, so basically, our presentation is about accessing healthy foods. So our problem was that many people are buying unhealthy processed foods and are consuming them, which is harming their health. A lot of, if you buy McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, they're fast foods because they're selling these foods for cheaper prices to have you access them quickly. But what we want is to help you guys access food that's healthier, but it's also fast food, just a more healthier alternative. I'm going to go to the next slide. So a recent report was made that 94% of American adults have negative metabolic health. So that means that a lot of Americans just don't eat healthy food. They rely on restaurants that just doesn't have very processed food. A higher percentage of non-Hispanic Black adults consumes fast food than non-Hispanic whites, non-Hispanic Asians, and Hispanic adults. And this was made from CDC fast food consumptions among adults in the United States during 2013 and 2016, which in the next slide it shows that data. Our solution was using social media influences to encourage more healthy customs. So using social media to promote this. Nora Smith is an example. She promotes making foods that are unprocessed, which is good for your health. So we had a website, which, Jimmy, if you want to.
We had a website showcasing the poor fast food options as well as the ones that aren't as bad. And for bad ones, the top ones were, for example, McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks, especially with how many calories are in their drinks. And we found two options that are not as bad fast food options. One being Chipotle. Although Chipotle is not the healthiest, it is a way better option than McDonald's. Its yearly revenue in 2023 consisted of almost $9 billion dollars in revenue. And the most ordered thing in Chipotle is a burrito. Chipotle gives the customer optional filling that will go in the burritos, and these fillings are fresh, healthy options like vegetables and healthy rice. Calories of a burrito are about 720 to 1,000 calories, and these burritos, as I'm sure you've seen, are massive, so they can last multiple meals. Another good option is Subway. Subway is often considered a healthier option compared to many other fast food chains because of its emphasis on customizable sandwiches made with fresh vegetables and lean proteins. So, although we know, like Nora Smith here, it's really expensive to produce all your own foods that you're eating. So though Subway and Chipotle are better options than other bad fast food examples.
And our ultimate goal is to make sure that we have fast food restaurants that promote unprocessed foods. And yeah.
Okay. I will ask the judge's question. The judge's question is, who's your competition? Who else does this? What did you find?
There's multiple different. There's a website called Healthy Foods that gives you options on what food substitutes are healthier and better than, the really bad stuff like McDonald's.
Okay, thank you. Woo! Next up, we have Learn Anywhere with Safe Haven on deck. Learn Anywhere with seven on deck. Where's Learn Anywhere? All right. 1, 2, 3, present!
Good evening, everybody. We are LearnAnywhere.org, and our business, organization, whatever you'd like to call it, is meant to help those in need. Pretty much, we're a nonprofit, so we don't get any of the revenue. We're just helping the students. And by helping the students, we're helping the schools too. So it's a win-win situation for both sides. Pretty much, those in need, like students, for example, any of us, could be in need. Some might not have the technology that others have, and every student deserves the same opportunity, and we believe that firmly. By doing so, we're receiving multiple sponsors and different organizations to help us and create a better environment for every student by giving them the technology that they deserve. By doing so, we help both sides and everything goes well. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. First of all, I'll be talking about our target audiences. Our target audiences are usually consist of immigrant children, children with disabilities, working parents, working students, and also career changers. And we usually offer to these groups because they are usually known to not complete school or even drop out of school. And of course, our program wants to help those people to complete what they need to do and also get their degrees or complete their high school diplomas. Now, this is what we want to do this is our main goal, of course, as Ryan explained before. And of course, this is what we're all about.
Since our organization provides technology to people in need, therefore, no matter their circumstances, they can get an education and be a student just like everybody else. And if more people have more technology, they have more access to being enrolled in school.
So the way our website works is if you are someone who wants to donate technology that will go to like a student in need, or they will sell the technology and use the money to buy other technology, probably like newer updated technology, the first thing you're gonna see is like some statistics that like help our cause and like explain like the need for these types of things. And then when you scroll down, you will see some like reviews of like past people we've helped. So like people just like feel more connected and know where their money's going to. And then we have our student and educators tab that just like help explain a bit more about the process with donations and just like help raise awareness. And then like if you are the person who wants to donate, we have our special tab that like explains a bit about benefits such as like discounts at local businesses, like you'll receive thank you cards and just like the different ways you're helping kids in need. And if you scroll down, you have more information about our different locations and how you could buy like different subscriptions. If you aren't donating technology, you can donate money as well to our cause. So that's basically the journey on our website.
Woo! Keep going up.
Oh, thank you, team. Don't go away yet. I have a question for you. So this sounds great. We're going to get the technology that students need to them through donors. How are you going to match up the donations you receive from folks that you might not have any control over and match that to what students really need? Make sure they're getting a piece of technology that works and that is what they need.
Any technology that is like already like working in its current condition, we can like either fix, repair it, and just like give it to the students. And if the technology is not currently relevant, we sell the technology and we keep the money and invest in other technology.
All right. Woo! Safe Haven. 1, 2, 3. Present. Who's right? You got okay. Shh. Quietly, guys. It's respectful. Shh. You timing them? Oh, you're not timing. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Well,
now I got a
everyone,
time.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come listen to our presentation here. And we are Safe Haven. We interviewed people of all age groups and all different backgrounds about their experiences with
Can you time?
with calling 911 and with any natural disasters.
Yeah,
We found
so
out
they
that
get 4
it's very
minutes and then
common for
30
people
seconds, put
calling
that up.
911
Okay,
to be
thanks.
very nervous or stressed. They wish there was a better way to communicate with emergency services in these situations. Over 80% of the people we interviewed claimed they were impacted by a natural disaster. And people also said that they believe an app to guide and advise people during disasters would be helpful.
So civilians need an easier way to convey their needs in emergency situations. All over the U.S., people struggle with disasters such as fires, floodings, tornadoes, and earthquakes, and more.
All right, so taking these problems into consideration, we developed a prototype app called Safe Haven. We actually did create the full functioning app, and we're still working on a few of the functional things through technical difficulties. However, we do have a functioning demo app if anybody wants to take a look. But for this presentation, we have a few screenshots showing the flow of the app. All right, so when you first open up the app, there's going to be a few options here, such as you can either choose, let's say you're in a situation, and let's say you're in a house fire, or you're in a flood, or you're in a storm. You would click one of those 3 buttons. So, for example, let's say you're in a fire, right? You would click on fire, it would bring you to this page here. What you would do is it would give you first a few steps on what to do, how to stay calm, how to approach the situation. Then what you would do is you would upload or take a picture of your situation, and it would use AI to determine, use AI and also infrared to determine what paths are safe and which ones are dangerous to go through. So in the future, we would like to make it, we would like to maybe, because different regions of the United States have different problems with different kinds of disasters. So one way to improve this would be to include more specific natural disasters based on the location you are in the United States and other things similar to that. So not only does this give you the steps on how to approach natural disasters and how to escape them, it also alerts the local fire departments or police departments about your situation, where you are, and how they can help. So if we would be selling this app to anybody, it would be to cities and local establishments like that. They would have their own app here. It would say, like, for example, there's a flood in Fishkill, or there's a storm in Fishkill, or an earthquake in Stormville, and it would show up on a map of, for this example, this is Dutchess County.
You're asking the question.
Now, the impact of Safe Haven and how it can affect the community. It allows easy access for emergency services and allows to guide the user through simple instructions. And it's also a creative way of helping those who are struggling or potentially are struggling and speak in an emergency situation, as well as contacting emergency services when needed.
So it's 3:30. What?
There's just our image credits. Thank you so much for listening. We will now take questions. Thank you very much.
All right, your question comes from Yulia. Yeah, so thank you. I forgot you were leaving. You're a teacher, right?
Just great. Second for second.
I'll just look.
It's really good. So my question for you is, it looks very awesome, but where's the money?
I need coffee.
Funding, how we can make it sustainable, such a good idea.
Profitable in terms of monetary value would be selling it to local, state, or county governments, and then they can use it in their law enforcement, and they can use it in their natural disaster relief. So we would sell them the app or we'd sell a subscription for X price, or we would sell them the app for also X price, and they could use this to aid in their natural disaster relief. It would be free for all the people of the county, but we would be charging the county representatives themselves.
Awesome. Time is over.
Make sure right after you present, you have a good photo, okay? Who is next? Ooh, decision day.
And on deck is Small Step Streak.
Where's the team? Here, okay.
All right, who's running your deck? 2, 3, present!
Hello, we did our project and we named it Decision Day.
So the problem we wanted to address is how can we reduce the number of undecided students attending colleges? Now, according to statistics, 20 to 50% of students attend college undecided. Now, why is this a problem? This is a problem because of 80% of students who remain undecided for half of the year, or not half the year, just half of the time, don't graduate. So therefore, people get through all this debt and they don't even graduate for it. Also, 9% of students who are undecided switch a major more than once, which results in more school years and more debt. And I just gotta ask, who's worried about like paying off college in here? It's not just me, right? But anyway, we just want to make sure that how can we stop this from happening to others and reduce this amount as much as possible.
So a little bit about our process first. We were planning on doing something like I guess a survey that would tell you what classes you should take in high school to obtain your interest in majors, but we decided against that because having an idea of majors is a lot better for later college searches, and also it's just more specific and you can kind of base your classes off of your ideas. So our app uses more of grades instead of personality traits.
Okay, so what we propose is a application that we would offer to colleges where it would look at the current students in certain majors and their statistics and like their grades and performance and what kind of students would succeed in that major. It would plug in senior student data and then it would go through the predictive model and then output major options that would result in the best performance from individual students. That's it.
Woo! I get to ask you a question. Great job with the pivot of moving from, high school classes. And you've also done something very interesting, which you identified the college who can afford to pay for this as the customer. So have you thought about how much they would pay for this?
So of course we would want this application to be available to as many colleges and people as possible, but I'm assuming the prices would vary depending on the colleges and how much that college's budget is. But we would probably try to bring it to an average price that would be a bit affordable to both public and private colleges. That way as many students as possible can use this application.
All right, woo! Great job. Okay. Next up, do you know who's next? Small steps. I asked my question. Small steps. We are rocking and rolling, Go here. Use small steps. All right, now it's all yours. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see if I can.
We are small step 6. Hackathoners, we are on presentation number 6. We're almost halfway through. And now I'm going to step out of my judge role because that coat was so hot. No, I'm going to step out of my judge role and say, wow. Wow. What you all did in 4 hours. Wow, wow, wow. Mentors, students, pizza, well done. Okay, and now, 1, 2, 3, present!
Hello, so we've diagnosed the problem, which is a lot of people have what's called body dysmorphia, which means they don't love their body. So they think, oh, maybe I'm overweight, I don't like that, or something like that, and it's common enough that maybe even someone in this room has dysmorphia.
Dyslexia?
And we were looking into that, and we came up with a possible solution.
Is that what they said?
And so we knew about how big of an issue this was by looking at the International OCD Foundation, where it said about 2/3 of
ages 12 to 13-year-olds experience body dysmorphia, and
body.
2/3 of them, by the time they reach 18, have already fully developed it, so they don't feel comfortable in their own skin, which is why we decided to come up with this app that would help them track calories and just make a more positive looking at nutrition.
Based off apps like Duolingo or Peloton, which are based on like daily streaks and just trying to keep like an intermittent schedule every single day, we tried to make it so that the users will be able to just input things they did, big or small, throughout their day to try to get them on a better track to better themselves in any way which they deem as better. Because better isn't defined, better is what you see yourself in the future as.
So we built a little bit of a program for it. This is what it's supposed to look like if it was fully fleshed out. So you can enter in activities, steps you did, foods you ate, games you played to try to improve your health. And this is what we actually have. It's relatively simple, but it does operate, so you can enter in activities and it will keep track of them. I think that's just about it.
Okay. I love the way you're thinking about like positive affirmation of small steps for people to think about healthy things. What kind of partners would you work with to get this out in the hands of people who might use it? So like community organizations, who would you work with to try to get this out in the world?
I definitely think that working with like medium-sized to bigger companies would be beneficial to try to spread it at least throughout the entire country, hopefully the world, but it'd be best to start smaller realistically, like local counties, local organizations that are for like bettering of mental health, physical health, and just overall fitness. Yeah.
Woohoo! Good answer! Okay. Sano is up. I can't get this off.
Who's next?
Sano. Am I saying it right? Sano?
Sano, with joy. Mentor, we will ask Mentor to leave the deck. And here's the team. Team for Sano. You ready?
They used Canva, my favorite. That's why. Look at it. People say to me, "Can I use PowerPoint?" I'm like, "Oh,
what do we say here for them to start presenting? 1, 2, 3.
Present! God bless you.
Our application is Sano. What it's about and the problem that it's trying to solve is that many people across the U.S. and just in general lack the ability to afford basic like health care, rather it be for mental reasons or just physical. And we want to be able to apply that so people can find affordable as well as like just find other people who have the same problem so they realize they're not alone and there is ways to find solutions.
Okay, you're asking the question.
So major problems that for this website we made, we have problems with affording. So as a result of discrimination, many people of color or queer struggle with finding jobs and struggle with making money, which makes things like hard to afford, like healthcare, for example. And then several people of color struggle with mental illnesses. 9% of Black people and 8% of Latinos out of 15% of people reported having discrimination during healthcare visits, and several people of color, members of LGBTQ plus community, and etc. face discrimination. Therefore, they are sometimes withheld from the proper healthcare. So how it works is it will work with partner with local insurance agencies to give them an
previously untapped market of low-income families, these agencies may pay a price or offer a reduced price for access to SANO members.
The website is based in Replit as a mock design utilizing HTML and CSS in order to intuitively create an accessible website that users can access to gain information about SANO. That's the code in the logo.
Okay, so this is a survey. So basically, there's a link on our website that will lead you to the survey, and basically, it'll allow you to answer questions to help you like categorize which mental illness you could possibly have or be diagnosed with. And then, like a therapist on the website that you could get access to will look at your responses and then basically help to identify what you could be struggling with, so you can figure out ways to get help with that.
But who's he replacing as a judge?
He's not replacing.
Oh. Okay.
Statistics show that minority persons suffer from mental health conditions, with 2/3 of Americans with a diagnosed mental health condition being unable to access treatment in 2021, which is a very bad thing, even though they had health insurance. Only 1/3 of insured people who visited an emergency department or hospital were seen before being discharged. What?
30 seconds. All right, so last thing, this is what the app would look like. So for using it, it just, kind of an example for everyone. But yeah.
Woo!
Good job! Again, look at the timing. Before 30 seconds expires. Okay, stay here. We have a question for you from another judge. Let me introduce you to our judge, Joe Fullman, who is the RPI professor and also the honey maker and ukulele station and whatever he will say.
I don't want to put this up.
I do lots of things. I'm happy to be here. Hi, everybody. I want to ask you guys, how will you deal with patient security? In terms of, if I'm putting all this information, where is that information being stored? What's happening to it? Am I at risk?
So with that, there's nothing like.
Next is
all of your information would still be with the doctor. The app is more to set you up
Central
to be able
Sense.
to find a more affordable and like more.
Hold on. Literally, hold on to the mic. Get it? Hold on.
To find a better doctor to would work with, depending on what you may be dealing with. For example, like if you're dealing with just financial problems and you need to find someone who's more financially helpful for you, or depending on your symptoms or whatever. It's nothing like actual personal information that's going to be going to the app, so you wouldn't be at risk of anything being exposed or anything like that. So yeah.
That's it. That's it. One question. Okay. Thank you, John. Central Sense.
Group photo. So here's okay, who's coming next? You remember?
Central Sense.
Next to me, please. Come over. Central Sense. Where's your
What's
mentor?
going on? Why
We
is
need
your
your mentor
slideshow
too.
starting? Here, who's running the deck? I couldn't get your slideshow to start.
So you are in charge. Doesn't matter, you're in charge.
Yeah, we should have told you that. Sorry, we were so busy with other things.
1, 2, 3.
Present!
This is our Central Sense. It's going to be a student loan. Well, we're going to find student loan rates and scholarships and grants for students.
And we're just going to simplify the future for spending for everybody. Have you ever wondered how to take out student loans or put yourself into complete debt?
Why is it so funny?
Well, I'll deal with the first half. The second half is what will happen if you don't go to us.
Ooh, good one. If you want. You can go. You go.
Our app will take your information securely and use it to find you good scholarships and our banks to take loans from. We are legally obligated to tell you that your data will not be used for illegal purposes. We promise.
How will we make sure your data isn't stolen, you ask? There'll be a firewall, encryption in case.
What's so funny?
What? Hopes.
Oh, they had a good time.
Wait, where did it go? Okay.
Woohoo! Fun team.
This is the screenshot from our webpage. This is the About Us. At Central Sense, we believe that education is the key to unlocking a brighter future. That's why we're dedicated to making it easier for students to access the financial resources they need to pursue higher education. We are a middleman working behind the scenes to streamline the processes of applying for scholarships and student loans. We partner with banks and, okay. Oh, that happens.
Alright, why you should take us. We supply students with tips on how to grow financially. And we like that money for you. We need to get money for everybody. Divide the wealth.
Instead of tied to the legislation, you know what I mean?
We also are just super cool.
Let me see.
Yeah, we're also really funny. Next slide.
Wait. I don't know.
How do we plan to advertise Central Sense, you may ask? We'll put ads everywhere, especially on TikTok, since most people who fit the demographic for this app can be found there.
Can you give me a problem solution to 2 lines?
How this will help the community. Students will be able to easily take out student loans and apply for scholarships without having to do much research, as this app will do it all for them.
Oh, really?
You will own nothing, you will be happy. This is my promise, and the promise of our corporation.
That's the end.
Okay, you go. Yeah, they're done. Go.
I guess it's my time to ask questions. So I kind of hear the long story, but I want to see or hear 2 lines, problem, solution, statement. What's the problem? What's the solution? 2 lines.
The problem is that too many students are going into debt, and the solution is Central Cent will provide everybody with a great way they'll provide them with scholarships they can apply to, grants they'll apply to, and what interest rates on loans that they need to take out are the best for them.
Like a credit card, like a...
Are you saying this is the scholarship for everyone?
So we're
Click
getting
on that, next
information
one.
from people, and we're going to
Can
put
you
that
click
into
on it?
our
I can't.
database, which we did not have time to make.
And get
And that database will sort through what every scholarship we can find on the internet, and that will be the scholarships which they can get. Same with the grants.
So middleman.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. 1 line or 2 lines, problem solution match. We're middleman for scholarships. Sounds good? Okay. Thank you. Good job. Who is next?
Endgame.
End game. End game is the end of our hackathon? No. It's end game team presenting here.
Who's running your deck? Who's taking the mic?
What is the team? What is the mentor? Mentor,
Bryce.
please.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
No, he's
thank
got
you.
Nathaniel.
The whole team is ready?
Let's go. Remember to look at teacher for timing.
1, 2, 3,
present!
So, millions of college-bound kids don't have the resources they need to expand their portfolio on the digital world. Many people develop games, but they don't receive any recognition for it. So, this is our solution to that problem. Endgame. Manage, learn, grow.
Our first step in Endgame is to inspire people to make games. And the way we do that is by offering a service to try games, test them, record them, and give feedback, so that their games can be way better.
Social gaming. What is it? Social gaming refers to any form of gaming that involves in interacting with other individuals. Social gaming makes it possible to interact with other individuals in a fun way and is often associated with positive emotions, interactions, and memories.
ADA gaming. So the wonderful thing about this app is it's not only about who's programming it, it's about who's testing it. So ADA gaming would allow programmers to make games for people with disabilities so they can train their muscles and get back certain abilities that maybe they're no longer able to do or they were never able to do, and start to build back to be able to do those things.
All right, so our idea is it's a good educational site for education and also training and development for getting better at video games as well as other stuff.
With our tool to learn how to code, we also offer training to work towards better muscle memory. Reflex training can be helpful in many ways, such as remembering how to write functions in a given programming language and being able to quickly identify errors in your code. We would offer this by including mini quizzes and daily reminders that can train users to achieve better coding skills, as well as becoming an overall better programmer. These benefits do not just apply to current computer scientists, but also testers of our app.
So in the app, there would also be professional training where interns can look up any resources they would need for any sort of gaming-related coding questions and receive real-time experience in the app. So I want to break down the program for you. If you close your eyes, you'll picture the start of the program, which is a questionnaire kind of sort of thing, but mainly like a survey. Okay, there's going to be a lot of content on our program, a lot of users that create different projects within our program. The questionnaire serves to funnel your ideas and the kind of programs that you're interested in being in. And when you finally finish those questions, you can then be open to all the projects that fulfill whatever tasks that you were wired to, and you can then collaborate in those projects.
Okay, hold it up. Oh, you did? All right, you're approaching 4 minutes. You got 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, end. Thanks. Okay, I am asking the judging question, endgame development. So you started with the problem is that people don't get acknowledgement for developing their games. They go unnamed. And then you talked about how they're going to get skills and training to do the development. how do they get acknowledged for doing the games through your app? Because that's what you said the original problem was.
Well, the original problem was actually that they don't have opportunity to actually put their game out there, which was the original problem, not the acknowledgement. Just getting their game out there in the first place. This provides them an easy way to get their game out there and for other people to try it and for them to get feedback on how to improve that app instead of going through a lengthy process of editing and getting it published.
Okay, thank you. Woo! Boy, I misgot that. All right. Group photo.
2, 3, present.
Present.
All right, so our project is First Look, and basically, so what we want to do is we want to be able to bridge the wage gap that we're kind of seeing growing in our population, and we wanted to give underrepresented groups a better opportunity to be able to become entrepreneurs and actually be able to create businesses. Because some of the common problems that we saw was that they either didn't have enough money or they weren't able to have any platform to be able to create this. And we believe that certain people shouldn't be held against their paycheck because of something outside of their control.
So our vision is to create an application that helps bridge the wage gap and create a higher level of access to potential entrepreneurs and gives them the potential for higher opportunities to connect with investors. Skill and ideas come together as one in our application. Diversity presents itself as a coherent group. Innovation is illustrated as an end to the divide between certain groups. First Look shows transparency in this divide by not only touching up on the idea, but also intends to remove it in total. We can assure you that running your very own business could not be easier with First Look.
Alright, so basically we wanted to create more opportunities for people to create businesses, and our app had an input where we could either put that you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, and you could put any ideas into our program, and then the user is given connections to investors where they are able to, at a lower cost, be able to potentially get their ideas out there, and the investor would subsidize the app. So, because they're looking for potential investments from the entrepreneurs.
So we have a website.
Yeah, we have a website.
Yeah.
Well, that's the code. There's a website too.
It's not running.
We just wrote the prototype, I guess. We have a, we
we
have
have
a
a
website too. Alright. So, in this little, get out of the shadow, we have a prototype of what our app might look like. So basically, we have options for whether you're an investor or you're an entrepreneur. So if you choose entrepreneur, he's going to enter his name. And you're going to enter your idea, which this is the part that the AI would generate for you. We talked about that. Based on what you know. Just write anything, you don't have to, just hit enter. I don't care. So we made a little fake list of other entrepreneurs and their ideas. So the idea is to help find collaborators to work with. So if you want to work with any of these people, type in one of their names, maybe. Sure.
Yeah, so if you
Oh, he
connected,
did
if you use, in this example, use Bryce. So if he connected to Bryce,
Yes.
then it links the profiles between the two people. So it starts a connection between the entrepreneur and the investor, so
Good.
that they can begin to work together.
So now it says that he's a collaborator on Bryce's project and Bryce is a collaborator on his project. And if you don't have to do it, but if we type in I for investor, you would get to see an option, see a list of all the companies, and you could choose to invest in any of them.
Okay. Woo!
Thank you. I have a question for you. So, how are you gonna, so I don't really know anything about how investors make decisions about which cool ideas to invest in, other
Do you
than
wanna
like,
ask the
oh,
next
it's my
question?
buddy over here says it's a nice idea. How are you gonna convince people, or how are you gonna draw people into your platform and convince them the ideas here are of higher quality and a better investment than like my own social or personal or professional network?
Yeah. So like investors are looking for ideas to invest in. So the way the company's going to make money is that investors are going to pay to use the service because they want ideas. So this is just going to be a good network of different ideas and startups that need money and are willing to give out stakes of their companies. So the investors will go on the website to find them.
It kind of grows off of itself because the investors are looking to potentially make money and the entrepreneurs are looking to like kind of like outsource what they're making, like what they're trying to create and like get a platform for themselves.
Thank you. And it looks like we have only one vote left. Two more left. Okay. Two keys. 1, 2, 3. Present.
Hello. Our presentation is on the current housing market, and we have designed an app that gives what we think is reasonable advice for people that don't really have access to good advisories. This is what our app code looks like. There's a link where you can access it. We made this on App Inventor, and the basic, I guess, idea of the app is you click on an issue that you might be experiencing with your finances, and it gives you a reasonable and it gives you what we think is a reasonable advice for this problem. So we have some things like inflation, low minimum wage, homes that are not currently in use by anyone, the cost of having a family, and food and medicine costs.
In the local area, the housing crisis is no less real. Just in the Poughkeepsie, Newburgh, and Middletown area, there's a population of over 700,000 people, and most of them make around, for a household of 2 or 3 people, around $89,000, which the average cost of a home is $373,100, which would require a lot of saving or loans or what have you, even for a pretty wealthy family. There are 250,000 households or more in the area with an average 2.6 people in each, so that comes to about a married couple and a kid. And there are 16,000 more housing units than households, 16,000 of which are unoccupied currently. 68% of occupied units are occupied by homeowners, and the rest is renters, if not for-profit investment housing.
You're asking?
Our main buyer for this would be people who are just now starting to own homes. This would be people coming out of college, people who are trying to find a new home for their families, and anyone that just needs one. So we hope you enjoy our product.
Are you asking? You're asking? No, he said he's doing the next one. Okay. All right. Thank you, people. I just got a text from my daughter that said, what do you think of this house? And I'm like, how soon can this be ready? That's what I'd like to know, so she can use it and I can send her. Because these are great questions, try to get good insurance. How can 2 kids who, are 4 years out of college afford a house? So how soon can it be ready? What's your operations runway?
The actual code for this did not take very long. Obviously, I'd try to make it look a little bit better in the future, but I think we would maybe collab with real estate people and people who understand the crisis.
And some sources as well in the solution tab, like sources for resources where you can find better insurance, where you can find like budgeting advice and things like that, stuff that either takes you out of the app or to a different section of the app.
Okay, great.
Give it maybe a year.
She wants to buy a house next week. No, I'm joking. No, thank you. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Great job. You're all doing a great job. We now have the final team. The final team. Hold the mic. Wait 1 second. Is it up? Yeah? 1, 2, 3. Present.
So this is our app, Fish Warden. It's a anti-phishing, scam deterrent app that is meant to save people a lot of money and personal information. So if we look at this graph on the next slide, there is just billions of dollars piling up every year because of phishing scams and attacks that are attacking people. That could be your grandma, that could be your dad. Someone who doesn't understand tech as much is going to be affected a lot more than you, most likely. But the thing that makes this even worse is that it's getting a lot worse, but we see that the number of reported attacks have been decreasing. So things like AI and other things can be affecting the amount of damage that's being done to people like this. And to show you how easy it is to do something like this, we're going to show you how to phish someone's account and personal information. So if you go into the Dutchess County website, you can get legal records and every personal information that you possibly want just from a quick search. So if we go to the next slide, we are going to use Mr. Remick over here. We're going to use his personal information because why not? Thanks, Gio. After a quick search, of his first and last name, we found his home address. With this home address, we have the market value, we have the exact location, we have people that are connected to this, mailing address, phone numbers. And if we use the phone number or the location specifically, we can go on to this other website called thatsthem.com. From this website, we can then input his name again, and the city that he's from, and the state. And there's even more information, more phone numbers, more people that are connected to him, probably every single email he's ever used before. Not fun for him. Now, if we go for a phishing example.
Now, with all the information that was gathered through those steps, they could just make a simple email that is directed towards that person. So in Remick's case, Mr. Remick's case, the Wappingers Falls Treasury is contacting him to make a $10,000 payment to the Treasury. Just a simple example. And if you just click that link and put in his information, it's all stolen. And that's just how easy phishing is.
Yeah, so the problem here is just how easily accessible this information is, and then people might believe the phishing is real. So our solution here, if you go to the next slide, is we want to design a website which is basically a database which has verifiable information of like government officials, because oftentimes in phishing scams they'll use the authority of a government official. So here basically I made like a little website example, or you could like input the phone number or email and submit it, and that's the code for it if you wanted to see, and then basically it would see if that's real or if we don't have it, and we could use that as a database to find the real contact info of those people. Next slide. And so when we built this, we just did that information, we just looked manually by ourselves with Google search, but in the future we could use a tool called Dork Scout, which basically does Google searching by itself to find the information. We could use Python, some other programs to make it more automatic. It would be a non-profit public database just to protect people.
They underestimate you. You're blessed.
That's it.
Woo! I'm gonna go here. Yeah.
How would you expand this? I mean, you obviously don't want to have to put in Wappingers Falls information or, specific towns. How would you expand it and be able to get access all that kind of information on a local basis?
So, in the second to last slide, we talked about how the future of a fish warden. And what we can do is with that Go Dork or the Dork Scout, you can just simply get Dork Scout to find the information from any county for the government officials in that county. And with just a simple line of Python, it will automatically put that information directly into the database for whichever county you're looking for.
All right. Look to the right, look to the left, and thank everyone because you all did an amazing job.